What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
I don't know if that went according to plan or not, so I see there's some people in the chat, but that should have just played our intro music followed by the Big Brother music since we are just dabbling tonight.
That's
Big
right.
Brother All
Week nine.
Stars.
Week nine, Big Brother All Stars. Is this week nine for us doing it or week nine on the show?
I think it's week 9. Um, I think it's week 9 of the show just happened
Okay.
because we started, I think, on week 4.
Okay.
But now we're all the way to week 9, and I guess I need to get my notes just to talk about it.
Yeah, get your notes for sure. So it's what I would consider an uneventful week after that triple eviction we got to witness and have obviously already talked about in our last Just Dabbling. If you're just starting to listen right now, just know there will be spoilers. We talk about everything. So if you haven't watched or
Listened.
other than that, don't listen. Stop listening right now because we're live. So if you haven't watched it yet, stop because we're just going to talk. But we ended last week with no HOH challenge starting. It came on Monday night this week. That's right, right? I watched all 3 episodes today, by the way.
Oh, you did
So,
all
yeah,
of them.
yeah, yeah.
It
So,
came on Monday night
night,
instead of
yeah,
Sunday night.
yeah. And those of you that listen to us know I've coached youth wrestling, so we've started our preseason pretty hot and heavy, and I've just haven't had time to watch it this week. So I watched them all tonight. Starts off with the quiz, right?
Monday night. No, the triple evictions, all of that. So the Monday night,
Oh, is the clothes changing
the yoga. They
the
called it the.
yeah? What's the name of it? Say it.
Oh, dude, I think I've done flipped too far.
The challenge was
Here we
there were
go.
3 buttons they had to keep pressed while also removing a costume that they were wearing.
Yes, 3 buttons, and it was called the Yoga BB Yoga Studio Namaste Off the Block.
Yeah.
So they had to do 3 buttons. So Cody obviously was very good at this.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it in my head too. It's like I would just flip around. Basically, you'd have one point that was loose. I would want it to be my hand.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would take my socks off and all that first because it wouldn't matter, and then you could like do whatever. But I think that's what he did. It also had to do with the time.
Well, and the buttons were in different spots every time, or were they in the same spots? They seemed like they were holding different points to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
They did. They had to stand in different poses. Like one time they had to stand and their leg had to start out crossed over. So
I don't know how I would do with that. My body's not in great shape. I hurt pretty bad, so I don't know how I would do. To be honest with you, probably not well. I think I would have to put my ass on one of them, maybe my forehead, and that way you're already sort of in this position to start the. I don't know if you get your knee. I don't know. It was weird how they had the. It's like they almost make the dimensions perfect where you have to be in an awkward position to make it work. You know, it's. Cody's too good at that type of stuff, though.
Cody's good at a lot of things.
Yeah, he's shown that since the beginning.
I put down after the yoga studio that Memphis, Cody, and Tyler are comp beasts.
Yeah.
They just really are.
Yeah.
Cody's on a real tear, though.
Yeah,
and then after Cody wins, Christmas started scheming immediately, throwing Tyler under the bus, which we saw a whole week of.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But I wrote down right here, Nicole is good. Just because it's like Nicole was on the block twice in the triple evictions, and then all of a sudden Cody wins.
So let's start with that. I know we jumped right into the competition, but let's start with that. So it showed the recap first, right?
Yeah.
It showed the recap first of what went down in between those HOH Power of Veto live evictions last week. 'Cause they went so fast they didn't get the cameras and all that. We got to see some of it, but not a whole lot of it. And they sort of panned back and showed all the scampering that was going on, and somehow the only former champion left in the house, squeezed by being on the freaking block 2 weeks in a row. She would have been gone if it was up to me. We were at the lake house watching it. Our last Just Dabbling was obviously remote, and that's what made us realize we could do live recording now. So probably everything we do will be live now.
Yeah.
But anyways, what the hell was I saying? Shit.
You were going back to the triple eviction and Nicole.
Yeah, we were celebrating, dude. When she was up against freaking David. David was the real terrible rookie, right? Yeah, David, when she was sitting next to him, dude, we were cheering like, dude, this is a no-brainer to me. You got to get rid of the champ. Like, she's got to go. The rookie cannot win. They sent him home. But anyways, that's not here or there. I guess it sort of is because Nicole's still alive in the game, and like her name is now not being said by anybody. By the way, her name is not being talked about anymore.
I know Cody. It's amazing. Her and Cody both earlier in the year. Cody just disappeared into the back. But Mel from Cold Truth, what's up, Cold Truth, said Enzo all the way. And
I'm a big Mel. Go check out Cold Truth. Her podcast is like
a true crime, but I think it's like cold cases.
Gotcha. Cold case type podcast. She gives us likes and retweets and all that good stuff. So go check her out. I'm a huge Enzo guy also. I think he is sitting in a beautiful position in the game right now where he has his final two with what seems like everyone.
It really does. And you even said that a long time ago, like on week 5. I said he's the master switcher. He's a little wishy-washy. He comes off wishy-washy because we're getting to see the production. But when he's with each person, he has a relationship with each person.
He makes them feel like they're the most important person in the house.
Yeah, I wrote that down tonight. I said he is the best at letting people really believe that they're his number one.
I'm going to try to keep up with the chat on here so I don't have to keep looking there.
That he really is good at making other people believe that they're his number one. Yeah. And Cody, who is a beast, he knows and trusts Enzo, and Enzo tells him every single thing. But how Memphis has been playing, but I'm not going to get that bread. I wrote down 3 versus 3 now because there was really 6 people left. And I thought the teams were like Enzo, Cody, Nicole, Enzo, Cody, Memphis, Enzo, Memphis, Christmas. And it's like you just said. It's like, well, I've written down Enzo's name every single time.
Yeah.
He's been in that position.
So I don't want to back you too far up in your notes, but remember we wrote down a little bit ago, was that last week? 2 weeks ago, where we asked who we thought the HOH would be and who they would put up?
Yeah.
Do you still have those notes in there somewhere? Is it going to take forever to find?
It was a lot of Christmas and Nicole's.
Okay. And it ended up being Danny and Nicole.
Oh, even way before then. Oh, who were going to be the first out of
we 3 weeks ago, before we did the remote from the lake room when I was at the lake house, we made our predictions, and I can't remember. I think it ended up being Danny and Nicole, but it ended up being a triple eviction, so we was, our guesses could have been close. One of them, I don't remember. You don't have to look through. I know your notes are crazy.
I'm on the Meow Meow chain as well.
Yes, Enzo's very smooth. So smooth. You, Coach True, you said she doesn't win. As far as she, you're talking about Nicole? You can answer here in a minute, but
it's because of the Memphis. So this is also, I noticed how Memphis plays. So Enzo is like that social game switcher. He can always bring up, I won these competitions. I was in on every decision. He can build his game. He has to win one here important, probably this one.
Yeah, because you can't remember his anymore. They were so long ago.
Yeah, I know. But Memphis is like an old school type player. He came right in. I made the commission with Cody. That's my final 2. I made the committee. That's my final 6. I now have these wise guys. And anytime he talks game, he sounds so baffled because he's like, it's us 3. What are you talking about? Yeah. It's like, we have these people. And then it's like Enzo somehow, and Cody, it's like Enzo has been in the position Cody was in this week all season. I got a final 2 with all these people. Who else am I going to put up? He's been in the HOH room, but without the key. He's driving the house from the passenger seat. Enzo. Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, I wish I didn't have the freaking memory of Dory, because coming soon there's going to be the challenge where they got to like stay up all night and remember all that stuff, and then they have Nicole will win that. If they let her get to the point she gets to compete in that challenge, she will win that challenge. So I'm just telling you, when they start having to use their brain, she's very dangerous. She almost won tonight.
Yeah, but they had been saying she had been studying anyways, but she didn't do good in any evictions. The fact that she survived the triple eviction blows my mind.
Yeah.
No, I think
final 2 wins again. Ooh, go and say what you were going to say.
I just don't. I really think that Cody wants to be next to her because he just believes that none of them are going to vote for her.
They're going to give her the money again.
But I've written it down too many times with stars next to it. She knows how to play the social game of this game. She can play. She's won this game. She can play the game. I just don't know if she can build her resume at the end. She has to win. something.
Well, I hate to keep bouncing back to this season, but the season Cody and Nicole were on, the very first time they ever played, when Derek won, Cody should have won that season. Instead, he took his number one with him to the final, and he didn't stand a chance because then they let Derek talk, and they realized that Derek manipulated everything. Where Cody stands good in this game is he seems to have been the puppet master in a lot of this. Him and Enzo. Enzo was like his mouth almost. You realize that he said it. We're the what did he say? What did he call them tonight? Did you write it down? He said we're the something. Everything goes through us. We know everything.
The roots.
The root.
The root.
Yeah.
The root is what Enzo said. But let's make a move, bro. I mean, that's basically he keeps telling everyone. I've heard it so many times. Let's make a move, bro.
Well, because
he's been telling
he needs it on his he needs it on his resume, man. He needs it. I think he can win regardless. He is that type of guy that he is a smooth talker, and if he gets there, he can win it. But I do, Cole, to go back to what you said, Cole,
about Cody and Nicole.
It depends who Nicole's sitting beside, in my opinion, if she can win or not. If she sits beside Cody, I don't think she can win. He's dominating right now. Enzo, don't think she can win. She can beat Memphis, I think. I really do.
Memphis could win a comp here or there, carry her there.
That's what I'm saying. I think she could beat Memphis. Memphis telling the story about his dad tonight. Really, I've called him a douchebag and all this the whole time. We've been doing this, but like now that he talked about when my dad died at 15 and all this, like, well, guy, you've been through way more than I've been through, man. So should have never judged you and your the way you are, because it now sort of makes sense why you were sort of the way you are. So.
Yeah.
I just want to say that. So I don't look like a complete asshole. I do have empathy for people. But, anyways.
Man, that made me think about something else. Like the whole Tyler thing and him sharing that moment and then having that moments, I've now noticed, just because you make me pay attention, but like when they start giving the personal speeches, I've noticed this year, that person is going home. Because, I mean, like you said, it's live addiction tonight, but everything else is produced from the actual game, the POV. All of that is actually on Friday and Saturday. So, like, by the time Monday and Tuesday comes around, they kind of know the way the house is going.
Well, they're all, if they've made it this far together, they are all friends. Everyone that is playing the game got each other there to the final six. So they're all friends. You got to think. So one of the six has to go home. Why would these four who are voting just hide it from the person? It's like, dude, you're going home. Like, I know you want to sit down and talk about it. Let's have fun. You're about to go home. Like, let's drink. Let's do whatever. Let's go shoot pool. Let's do something other than you try to campaign me for you to stay because I'm voting for you. I think that's how I would be, too, at that point. You have to be that way because you're either going to hurt feelings or you need to stay on the right side and try not to do that at this point in the game. Bitter jury is not good, but this jury does not seem bitter. I know we fast-forwarded through some of the jury talk tonight to get out here and start this, but I'm not ready to listen to the jury yet. I'll start listening to the jury about not this week, but probably next week. Because then that's when what they have to say matters, when the game is on the line. So,
yeah, that zoomed us through lots of things. But yes, Cody and Enzo, if they're the final two, that would be a tough choice, especially because I think for that to happen, Cold Truth, I feel like Enzo's going to have to win this HOH for that to happen. And they're going to put Memphis and Christmas up on the block. And Christmas could slide through again.
Nicole's going to slip through, man.
The
more I sit here and think about it, Nicole Ferranzio is going to slip through. She's going to be in the final three, man.
Somehow.
She's going to be in the final three because people think since she's already a champ, they won't give her the money. And if she has a good enough freaking pitch, I mean, she can talk me into it. Shit, if she's good enough, she has a great social game. I think her social game is very underrated, man. She's unreal at this game. She's unreal at it. Really good. I'm not 100% positive she can win again, but I would be willing to put a decent-sized bet that I bet she'll be in the final three.
Yeah, in the Enzo and Nicole conversation I had right there, I just said both playing very well, both just know what's going on. They actually know what's going on in the game. I did watch the Jury House, and I don't mean to call this person out or anything like that, but Davon and things that she was saying in the Jury House just, like, even Ian, you could tell in a conversation with her, he was just like, no.
That's not what was happening.
No, that's not how the game is going.
Yeah, Ian's too smart.
Yeah, he is.
That's why he's the first one in the Jury House.
Christmas, the emotional crying just hasn't worked this year. This is all stars. But Cody, back to Cody. It's like they keep making fun of Cody because he's dumb, but like the challenge of noticing the things, which was the POV challenge.
I'm gonna do my best, Nicole. I know you're on a tangent, but I gotta do my best, Nicole. She said her voice tries to be nuts. I gotta do it. It's because her nostrils. I think it's because of the way her nose is set. Tyler, you know more about anatomy of the body. Tell us why her voice is like this. So, is it because she has such a narrow nasal passage that I can't even talk like it, man. I can't even do it. I don't even know how to talk nasally like that. It's so nasally, I don't even think I can mimic it.
All right, so I'm going to say something that I did learn. This is more stuff that goes on our actual dabbles.
Yeah, but who cares?
But if you're a mouth breather,
all
right, and you always breathe through your mouth, eventually your body is like, well, I don't need the nose anymore, and it can literally go all the way shut. So I don't know if that's something that's happened, and then now there's just such a small
like the
airway
opposite
through there.
Of the deviated septum?
I don't know. Deviated septum is just a broken thing, but it's like just so clogged up. It's like just a balloon. It just sounds like she's always clogged up, man, to me.
And she's always whining. Everything ends in like a whiny tone. You were getting on a tear there, though, but I saw her say something about Nicole's voice, and I thought I would try, but I'm not even going to do that.
I don't remember it. Anyways, it came back to the POV comp, which Cody then dominated again. Everyone keeps saying that he's stupid or they keep making fun of him because he's not smart or something, but he keeps killing them at all of these challenges and remembering parts of the game. And every time he's in the diary room, he's like,
yeah,
this is how it is. But Enzo really has provided that for him.
That's true.
And like Enzo can lay on that. But Enzo's got to win a comp. He's my prediction win HOH tonight. I'm trying to check it. God, yeah, she does. I don't know. I think it's just part of her game. I don't know if she actually talks like that or not. Yeah. I keep waiting to hope that the HOH comes out while we're on here, but it might not. It might. I have no idea on the time doing it like this either. Here we go. So Cody wins. What is it?
I'd say my worst moment on 18.
I could have pulled it up on there, dude.
Probably that time when.
I forget we're live and can pull YouTube up on here.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Look, I even have watch this, dude. I even got a little hotkey button. There's YouTube.
Oh, sweet. Sorry, guys. We're working through this. Not to get way offhand, but anyways.
Cody, Enzo, Nicole even calls him a bromance showmance. Even calls her a bromance showmance. Memphis is a comp beast. No veto used, which brought us to tonight's show.
Yep.
Really just everyone kind of talking their game like we kind of already went into a lot of it.
Did it start with, was it the very beginning when Tyler was sitting outside with Memphis? Was that the very beginning when Memphis was just straight up with him? Like, I mean, I'm honestly leaning towards voting you out. Just straight up told him. That's sort of the conversation we were just talking about. They actually showed it pretty much. But was that the very beginning? I think it was.
Yeah, pretty much right at the beginning.
But I'm surprised Tyler made it as far as he did. A lot of the time, the comp beast will go, first jury, pre-jury sometimes, just to get them out of the house. But him and Cody have obviously stuck it. Cody's still in there, man. That is hard to believe. But every time no one's ever been able to take a shot at him because they've had the numbers all the time. So, there's never been. I'm trying to think in my head when there was a point he was in trouble, and I don't think it's ever existed.
It could have been when Christmas won, and she was just so about the committee.
Ever since he got to walk out on that platform and run across them wobbly things while they were still wobbling, and he got to see all the freaking solid ones running across in about 2.3 seconds. He's been on a tear ever since. Hasn't been targeted one time, I don't think.
I think that was the first HOH, and he won it.
I don't think he's ever been targeted the whole game. Is he the only person that has not been targeted? Enzo has not been targeted. Cody has not been targeted. Memphis. I think
Memphis has been on.
You really can't call him a target when the person targeted him, was a rookie and didn't win anything. I think one power veto maybe, but yeah. So 0 targets. I mean, that's a pretty good resume mark right there too, to be honest. And it's really time to start talking about the type of resume that people that are left are building, because if you don't have one, you can't win. Period. You can't win if you don't have one. The only person I've ever seen win and not have one was freaking Josh. And that's because freaking the other guy was such a huge D-bag. Paul. Paul should have won that season, though, truly.
Yeah, that's true about Memphis. Memphis is... I just like to say that he's old school. He built his alliances. He built his new alliances.
He's playing the game like it was played in the beginnings.
And
I
now
wish
he's
we had
competing.
access to those, man. Are they on YouTube, I wonder? Like the original. Have you ever seen the opening to the original Big Brother?
No.
We may pull that up at the very end when we're done and just
Okay.
play the opening when we're done. If you can remember to do that. You don't got to pull it up right now, but just remind me.
I'll just.
So anyways, Memphis pretty much tells Tyler he's leaning towards voting for him. At that point, I was pretty positive he was gone. There was a time where Enzo and Cody had a pretty important conversation where Enzo pretty much spilled the beans of everything Memphis told him to Cody.
Every time.
Yeah, they're great, man. They have a real good shot of being the final two sitting there. I just wonder if Cody will, if it's Nicole, Enzo, and Cody, the final three, and Cody wins that final challenge to get to choose who sits beside him. I mean, I could see him just being like, Enzo, man, I just don't know that I can beat you, and I'm not making that mistake again. And put Nicole beside him. Cody and Nicole, they were on the same season, original season together, and now they're sitting on All Stars beside each other in the finals. It'd be pretty cool, but be a risk. It's a risk either way. You need to go to Big Brother Season 1, Episode 1.
Big Brother, what? Episode 1?
Season 1, Episode 1. But yeah, so there was some important conversations, a lot of jury house. Maybe there's something happened in there I didn't see. You were talking about stuff Davon was saying, just
No, they just weren't doing anything. Danny was acting all emotional. Is this it? First moments of Big Brother?
Let's see.
Man, I might not be able to go down.
That's all right. That's all right, dude. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I think it was obvious Tyler was going home. I would have preferred Christmas to go home. I think it would have been better for the people I like's game, but I think they're in a good spot regardless. Sort of a love triangle in 2 different ways going right now. It was in 3 different ways earlier. Enzo being a part of all of them, which is important, like we already said. I don't know. What do you think's gonna happen, man? Don't worry about that.
I don't know, man. I just think Enzo, like I said, was great at letting people know he's numbers 1. He's the one that figured out the final 2 with Christmas and Memphis exist as well. What do I think's gonna happen, man? It really just came down to who was gonna win that HOH. Oh, I know what I said about the jury house. Production part is just so cheesy. You want me to tell you how it goes? Let's all watch it together on this TV. I mean, it's awful.
Yeah, it really is. I'm going to send you, Tyler, the video you should pull up. I just sent it to your phone so you can just type in the exact name of it.
So
Anyways.
they all end up voting Tyler out, so he goes home.
That is very true about Memphis. Most people who know me know I don't know. I don't think I come off as arrogant, mainly because I'm not. But I'm pretty black and white. I usually tell how it is, even to fault at times, you know. So I agree though. Memphis just telling him like that is. I've gained respect for him for just being straight up honest with him and not trying to BS him in that moment. You're going home, man. I'm just telling you. So, are you gonna play that right now?
No, we can wait till the end.
Wait. Okay. So Tyler ends up going home. Unanimous vote. It's almost over when they panned out and they showed the couch. It was like, golly, that triple eviction wiped out the freaking house. To be honest,
they had to do it because they were so strong in that committee or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They just had to do it. But I don't know. It just depends who wins. If Memphis wins, I think he really will put up Nicole and Christmas and try to get rid of Nicole, and then he'll realize he's on the wrong side of the house, and he'll be one POV loss away from going home next.
Yeah.
And it could go Christmas, Memphis.
I could see Memphis getting backdoored this upcoming week unless he wins HOH, which is very fucking possible.
I think Enzo's going to win HOH, I feel like, but maybe not. He needs to.
Me too. Cold truth.
About what?
Touche, Mel.
Oh, I get it.
I hear you.
But yeah, you want me to show this
that
video?
Pretty much wraps it up. That's sort of where I stand. Who I would like to see at this point, if we're going to go there, I mean, it's pretty close. I would really like to see Enzo and Cody sitting there. I like to see Alliance make it to the end and just the best player win. I do like to see that happen. I think Nicole and Cody would be cool too, but Enzo and Cody are definitely my number 1 that I hope are sitting there. I think it'll be a good finale. But yeah, pull that up and play it. It's pretty cool.
same time, nobody's going to confuse it with a chef's kitchen. I mean, look at the size of the stove. We have 10 house guests. It's a small 4-burner stove. Have your sink, your counter
What
space.
am I watching, dude?
A fridge here that's it's about the size of
That's the
your
Big Brother
New York
house,
City
dude.
apartment.
That's the first Big Brother
Audio-wise,
house.
We have 60 microphones, and one of them here is above the dining room table. But around these parts, we kind of feel that better safe than sorry is our motto. So that being the case, we ask each and every one of our house guests to wear one of these. From the moment they wake up in the morning to the moment they go to bed at night, they have to put on a wireless microphone.
It's not very long,
The
is it,
only
like 2
place they're
minutes?
not required to wear
That's
this
the whole thing,
wireless
yeah.
microphone is in the shower.
Right, no microphones in the shower, Ian, but as we showed everyone earlier,
Look at her.
there are cameras in
Julie
the
Chen
bathroom.
Mendez.
Now's a good time to explain to everyone.
What's her
about
true
that.
last
It's
name?
now or never.
Move
That seems
Bez.
to be
Move
the
Bez.
number one question. You know, let's end the mystery. Is there a camera in the bathroom? Is there a camera in the shower? Well, there's actually cameras in the bathroom and the shower.
I don't know what the
briefly
volume
here,
of
before
that
we get to
sounds
that,
like
let me
with
just
us
show you the
talking,
front
but
door here. This is really a one-way door. This is where the guests enter, but keep in mind they're not coming to prison, folks. They can voluntarily leave whenever they want. The thing is, when they walk out, they can't walk back in. 3 months from now, somebody's gonna walk out that door $500,000 richer. Wouldn't that be sweet? All right.
Wouldn't that be
further ado,
sweet?
we are
Think of
entering
what
the
$500,000
bathroom. Now, if there's
was
any
back
section in
then.
our house
Nice
where
freaking
you want a
payday
little
right there,
bit of
boy.
space, you want
I guess
that
it still is. I would love
downtime, it's the
$500,000.
bathroom. First thing I see
To be
here is,
honest,
me too.
I know you
two
would.
mirror
Shit,
glass. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
$100,000 a
camera
kid.
operator, sure, you know. So when the folks are maybe shaving in the morning, the ladies putting on a little bit of makeup, this is not a solo effort. This is most likely an entire.
Is that
So the bathroom
the
stall. Is there a camera in here?
I need to see a close up of him again. Is that the dude that does the Dateline? I just
You know,
caught
I know what's
you
going on
trying
in my mind
to
now
be with
because it's the
children,
exact
guy?
same thing
Is
went through my
I
mind the
don't
first time I
know.
watched him.
Chris
And
Hansen?
I said to the bosses, "Are we going to put this camera?"
She
on
said
here?" And they said,
doing
"No,
Will's
absolutely not.
makeup.
Unless our house guests start to use this as
Who in the
private
Hell's Kitchen is
conference
doing
center.
Will's
That does
makeup?
happen.
Yikes!
That's wrong. Off we go to the shower.
Piss
stall.
off.
You know,
What's the-
Hell's
who-
Kitchen. I love Hell's
Who is
Kitchen.
this
I practically
guy?
live in my shower. The time is.
I mean, this is crazy.
I'm
This
afraid.
looks like a dorm.
He reminds me of Chris Hansen, the guy that catches pedophiles on freaking Dateline.
Hot water every day, and that has to be used within a 2-hour time period. So if you do the math of the full house, that's 12 minutes per day per house.
Make sure that's
guest.
plugged
So
in.
if
My
somebody stays
computer
late,
might die soon.
luck. If somebody goes over the time limit, let the fireworks begin.
Oh,
All right,
that's
so we
the
go
end.
from personal space in the bathroom area to personal space in the bedroom area.
That's crazy. How crazy. Look at that house. That screams. What year does it say? What year that was, Tyler?
I'm sure it did, but I don't know. And I think,
Interesting.
yeah. But anyways, I think that's all that we got, man. I think that Christmas is still in trouble unless Memphis wins. But I like the Enzo and Cody call. I'd like to see that.
I think that'll make for a good finale. In my opinion, we'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see what that finale looks like because
Oh, did you plug
are
that
they
in?
gonna have them all in the same? Are they gonna have them all on the same stage? Like, what's the finale gonna look like?
I have no idea. They all have masks on.
Now that I think about it, well, I mean, it's gonna be very strange.
Probably Zoom calls, and they'll all be little squares, like Big Brother squares. That's what they ought to do. I think they're making like a new Hollywood squares, but it's like a hip hop squares or something like that. But they need
Really?
to make a Big Brother cast squares
And just do all Big Brother people.
up there.
They could do a spin-off of it. I mean, the Real World and Road Rules has been doing the challenge for freaking 20 years now, and it still is like one of the top viewed shows on MTV. They could do something just like a 8-episode, 9 or 10 episode series where they just play mini games, and it's a small version of Big Brother. It doesn't last all summer. It's like a 2-month long show or whatever. But I don't know. They do Big Brother. They've done Celebrity Big Brother here recently twice. But yeah, I think it was a decent week. There's nothing really surprising. I don't really have much else to say about it, to be honest with you. So.
Me either, man. I'm ready to get out of here.
Cold Truth, thank you for coming in here. Go check out the Cold Truth podcast. I hope that's what it's called.
It
Maybe
is.
just Cold Truth.
Cold Truth. Well, I think Cold Truth on Twitter. I don't know what the handle is. The Bears won. Oh yeah, that's right.
Thursday Night Football. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I got everybody's records and all their picks. I have.
Cold Truth. We're
yeah.
gonna start recording tomorrow night at like 8:30. Come back. We're gonna have one of the guys from Whiskey Bros with us, and it should be a fun time. So.
Yep. That's just
Sweet.
Adam. Meow meow.
Peace.
Bye.